Act 2, Scene 2, and Scene 3 of The Beauty Stone by Arthur Wing Pinero and Joseph Comyns Carr. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 2, Scene 2. The weaver's home again at night time. The table upon which a lamp burns feebly now stands by the window. The shutters are closed and barred. Lightning is seen through the window in the loft, and distant thunder is heard. The door leading to the alley is undone from without, and Joan and Simon enter.
Do they still follow?
Nay, they pursued us no further than the mouth of the alley.
Then 'twas the echo of our own footsteps that frightened me.
Simon fastening the door.
Malison on the knaves, and upon the base lord they serve.
Why do you do up to the door, good man? Shall we rest in peace while our child remaineth in the castle?
Simon coming to her.
Nay, but 'tis no work for thee. Keep thou within, and when I have regained my breath, I will creep back to the castle through the shadows.
Joan clinging to him.
They will surely beat thee again.
I feel naught, save that our little maid is stolen.
Saints forgive me, thou dost not believe she hath been party to this cruelty?
Wife!
Joan weeping.
I know not what to say.
Did you not hear her entreat that we might be well cared for?
Sooth, so did I, and prettily it was spoke.
This is but a scurvy trick of this lord's to be rid of us. But bolts and chains will not hold her, once she learns how we have been misused. Buss me, wife, and let me go forth.
Joan listening.
Hist!
The alley is quiet.
'Tis neighbour Grimald's magpie that has broken its cage once more and is beating its wings against our shutters.
Lightning again, and a sharper peal of thunder. Simon opens the door, and Lane enters swiftly. She is still in her rich clothes, but is carrying a poor-looking bundle.
'Tis she, our little Lane.
Mother! Mother!
The flood is out, the night is wild. How came you through the blinding rain?
'Tis heaven hath sent us back our child. Then weep not, thou art at home again.
Mother! Mother!
Hush, think no more of what is past. Enough that thou art safe at last.
Not safe! Not safe! I may not rest the while this stone doth tear and chafe my wounded breast. Oh, would 'twere gone! Yea, that were best. Mother, mother, then let me cast away the snare that made my lord to use me ill. For all the past still lingers there. My heart is scored and aching still.
Stay, stay, hold fast to what is there. Though this false lord hath used thee ill, that now is past, still thou art fair, and life's reward awaits thee still.
Ay, truly all are not as he. Thy beauty still remains to thee.
Beauty! Ah, let that beauty go. 'Twas beauty brought Lord Philip low, whose spirit once had soared so high. 'Tis beauty that hath wrought my woe. Dear Mother Mary, hear my cry. Take it away, away. It breeds not joy but sorrow. Though seeming fair today, 'tis false tomorrow. 'Twas death, not life, that came when beauty first was born. It brings not love, but shame, and hate and scorn. Once more I fain would be crooked, as when today I knelt and prayed to thee. Ah, take this thing away, away, away!
She tears open her dress, removes the stone from about her neck, and casts it upon the ground at their feet. Then, covering her face with her hands, she rushes away into her bedchamber. Joan and Simon at the door of Lane's room.
Lane, wench!
Hath fastened up her door against us.
Simon leaving the door.
Nay, then, let her bide. The heart lightens when the tears flow.
Joan joining him.
Gramercy, our poor child will be ugly again.
True, yet what matters that? She was happier as she was, it would seem.
Ay, and more secure, as she saith.
And when you think on it, she was ne'er ugly to us.
She ugly?
The word was thine.
Peace, your mind wanders, my man.
Looking down at the stone.
How shall we deal with the stone? The friar may be miles away ere now.
Simon stooping to pick it up.
Let us hide it.
Joan arresting his arm.
Nay, touch it not.
Why?
She called it accursed.
Accursed it cannot be, when it is the holiest of relics.
After some hesitation, he picks it up. Joan in fear.
Hold it further from thee.
Simon gazing at the stone.
Blessed Saint Luke, 'tis of a ruddy, generous colour.
Joan regaining courage.
Yea, so 'tis.
Simon glancing at Elaine's door.
The foolish wench.
To Joan.
Beshrew me, is't not a pity to waste it?
What mean you?
Though it hath wrought ill to one, doth it follow 'twould so harm another?
Beauty bringeth shame, quoth she.
Ay, upon a maid, because 'twill encourage unrighteous love, yet it could bring no shame to thee.
To me?
To thee, for thou art a wife, and the love I still bear thee is righteous enough, heaven knows.
Simon, why thy heart is not warm for me, after these years?
Sooth, I am but ill-humoured with thee, from sheer weariness of body.
Joan embracing him.
Oh, my man, my man.
Ay, in all my troubles I have ne'er lacked friend, with thee by my side.
Heaven bless thee. Oft have we come near starving together, yet to-day I am glad I wed thee.
Joan, take thou the stone, and let me see again the buxom lass I courted years agone at Zolden.
Nay, rather let me see the comely lad who would walk out from Freyden on Sundays with a bunch of flowers in his hand. Dost remember?
Ha ha!
We were four, I and my girl mates, and thou didst choose me.
So did I.
Me! Quick, hang thou the stone around thy neck.
Not I. To see thee as thou wert would straighten me and ease my creaking bones. Take it, old love, 'tis for thee.
Nay, sweetheart, for thee, for thee.
I would see a maid who dwells in Zolden. Her eyes are soft as moonlight on the mere. The spring hath fled, the ripened year turns golden. Shall I win her ere the waning of the year? The reaping folk pass homeward by the fountain. What is it then that calls me from the dell? What bids me climb the path beside the mountain to the down beyond the sheepfold? Who can tell? Then take it, for this magic stone hath power to change thee to the fairest, yet to me. Thou wert fairest as I knew thee in that hour, when a maiden dwelt in Zolden. Ah, take it, 'tis for thee.
I would see a youth who come from Freyden. He is straighter than the mountain pine trees grow. Gossips say he comes to woo a maiden, so the gossips say, but can they know? 3 laughing maids are in the hollow, yet none will set him straight upon his way. Nay, soft, for he hath found a path of hollow. He is coming, little heart, what will he say? Then take it, for this magic stone has power to change thee to the fairest, yet to me. Thou wert fairest when I knew thee in that hour, when a youth came from Freyden. Ah, take it, 'tis for thee.
Tenderly, Joan adjusts the cord about Simon's neck so that the stone falls upon his bare breast. Then there is another flash of lightning, followed by a loud roll of thunder. Joan clinging to Simon.
Saints!
Fear not.
Joan glancing up at the loft.
The lightning, 'twill strike us where we stand.
Why should it seek us out? that are the rats of the town.
Lightning again.
Ah,
We'll close the door of the loft.
He goes up the steps laboriously and enters the loft. Joan at the foot of the steps.
prithee, have a care for thyself. 'Twould break my heart in twain, did aught befall thee.
There is a still brighter flash of lightning, and the crash of some heavy object falling in the alley. Joan running to the door and opening it.
Blessed Virgin!
Simon reappears, dragging the door of the loft after him. He makes the door fast and descends the steps slowly and painfully. There is another peal of thunder. Joan at the door, peering out.
The lightning hath struck the sign and brought it to the ground. Holy Mother, protect us! It hath hung there for full 18 years, since the day our Lane was born.
Lane returns. She has resumed her old apparel. Her face, which is once more enclosed in her little cap, is again pinched and sickly. Her shoulder is humped, and as before, she hobbles with the aid of her crutch.
Mother, the storm, it frightens me.
Joan coming to her.
Oh, to see thee bowed and twisted again to-day! Thou wert as straight as poplar. Simon, our child!
Joan and Simon embrace her.
Nay, dears, heed me not. What horrid noise was that?
The sign has been struck by lightning and has fallen. Husband, go drag it in, lest our neighbours break their shins upon it.
Simon goes out.
Mother, the sign is heavy, and father is old and weak. Let us go help him.
Stay you here.
Calling to Simon.
Simon, my man, let me aid thee.
At the door, starting back.
Ah!
Simon, without, in the ringing voice of youth.
Nay, I need no aid. Lo!
He re-enters carrying lightly the fallen sign, a weighty piece of twisted metalwork. His face is handsome, fresh-colored, and beardless, his hair dark and thick, his body erect and lissom.
Oh!
Holy St. Jude, Simon!
Simon throwing the sign down.
Wife, daughter!
Father!
Blessed be the saints.
To Lane.
Guess ye not he wears the sacred stone upon his breast?
Embracing Simon.
My lad, my lad!
The devil appears at the open door.
How fortunate. The family is still up and about.
Beckoning to Seda.
Hist!
Seda appears and enters the room.
Where is the maid, upon whom beauty has fallen so wondrously?
Lane presenting herself.
Madam.
Thou! Why, thou crooked thing! Thou art not the weaver's daughter. She I saw an hour agone.
Even I.
Devil at Seda's elbow, in her ear.
She hath lost her beauty as she found it, in a hurry. Truly this is but unholy magic.
Seda turning from Lane.
What unnatural jugglery is here?
She comes face to face with Simon, who is gazing at her with rapture.
Lady?
Who art thou?
Simon Lemal, the weaver.
The old man that was lately driven from the castle?
Old I was, but...
Looking into her face entranced.
Lady, I am young.
Devil to Seda as before.
Mischief take him. Why, he hath gained possession of the charm.
Then 'tis mine indeed. My fading beauty had still enough power to coax the mystery out of this common fellow, I promise thee.
Joan to Simon aloud, clutching his arm.
Simon, why do you fix your eyes thus upon the Lady Seda?
Simon shaking Joan off.
Hence, begone.
To Seda.
Saints, how fair thou art.
Devil to Seda.
Haste thee, haste thee. Use thy cunning. Do not waste the hours that fly. Time is running, night is waning. Use thy feigning, dawn is nigh.
'Tis her beauty doth ensnare him. Not he hears of all we say. Lady, then in pity spare him. Speak, oh speak, and bid him stay.
Seda to Simon.
Weaver, hear me. Wouldst thou wander ever near me? till the day rising yonder, through the gloaming, finds thee roaming far away.
See those eyes, his thighs enchaining, nothing now his heart can stir. Not he recks of bark complaining, all his thought is bent on her.
Simon to Seda.
Onward, onward, I will follow, seaward, sunward, still thy slave. Though the hollow earth should sunder, though the thunder roar and rave.
All in vain, he will not hearken. Seaward, sunward, he will roam. Day shall dawn and night shall darken, ere his heart shall lead him home.
Seda goes out at the door, drawing Simon after her with an enticing look. Joan and Lane would follow, but the devil laughingly wards them back and closes the door in their faces. There is a final peal of thunder. End of Scene 2. Scene 3. A space of uneven ground lying between the castle and the north gate of Miremoth. On the right a road winds up to the castle, which is seen perched upon an eminence, and on the left stand the gate and a portion of the town wall. Across the scene, in middle distance, runs a ridge of rocky earth, broken on the left by the opening to a pathway, and beyond the ridge is shown a wide expanse of country. It is dawn. The devil, squatting upon the ridge, is looking out into the open country. Jacqueline, with weary steps, comes along the pathway.
Ah, welcome, little Jacques. Hast kept thy watch?
Oh, yes, master. All the night through.
Come, account.
Well, as thou didst bid me, I did go after the Lady Saida and the poor youth.
Youth? Ho, 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 ho! They did not perceive thee?
Not they. I cared for that.
Whither went they?
Through the town, she enforcing him by a crook of the finger, he following with fixed eye and open mouth like one planet-struck. And at last came they to the south gate, and there she did link her arm with his, and did lead him forth into the meadows, until she espied a pent house under the east wall, warm and dry and overborne with climbing flowers. And when she had made him sit therein, she did creep close to him, first bidding him, then entreating him to yield his secret.
His secret?
"Render me thy secret," cried she. "Oh, render me thy secret." And again when he refused her with tears, still she cried, "Give me up thy secret." And so the black hours grew grey, and the dawn showed rose yellow, whereupon unsatisfied she left him, and I ran hither to thee. Prithee let me to bed, dear master.
Bed?
Why, thou didst promise me an easy life.
Shall sleep anon, lazy bones, when this merry coil is ended.
Catching her as she staggers from fatigue.
What? Nay, sing, dance, drink, guzzle.
Pinching her arm.
But keep thine eyes open at need, and ye would please me.
Oh, thy nails! I will please thee, dear master.
Duet with dance, Jacqueline and the devil. Jacqueline struggling against her drowsiness.
Up and down and through the town, out of the gate and across the meads, hither and thither, he recks not whither, he needs must follow wherever she leads. Yet oh, he sighed as ever she cried, "Now say what magic hath made thee fair?" In sooth, sweet dame, how this beauty came, though I fain would tell thee, I may not dare.
Devlin and Jacqueline aping Seda and Simon.
Thou art he, and I am she, for so she beckoned, and so he came.
Through fire and water he would have sought her, with jaws agape, and with eyes aflame.
On and on, till one by one the pale stars flickered and fled away. With eyes entrancing she led him dancing, beyond the river and through the hay. Yet still he sighed, as ever she cried, "Whence came thy beauty? O tell me true!" Nay, how it befell, I am loath to tell, for none may know how this wonder grew.
I am he, and thou art she. For so he followed where'er she led.
She crooked her finger, he dared not linger, though day was dawning and night had fled. In and out and round about she led him at last to that hidden bower, and there with pressing and soft caressing she wooed him fondly for all an hour. But though she sighed, yet ever he cried, "How came this beauty I may not say." Then up she leapt, and away she stept. "Enough, false lover, then go thy way."
Thou art she.
"Oh, let me be! The way from the valley is long and steep."
Nay, faster, faster.
"Good my master, my feet are weary. I needs must sleep."
Jacqueline sinks to the ground, overcome by slumber, while the devil continues the dance.
Artful weaver, wouldst deceive her? Nay, but her beauty shall make thee moan, till all forsaken thy heart shall waken, and then the devil shall claim his own.
Seda appears entering by the pathway. The sun has now got up, brightening the landscape.
Sweet lady,
The fool is obstinate.
alack,
He doth whine and moan, and declare that to confess his secret would put him into danger of losing the very gift that hath procured him my favour, my hate.
nay, hide you that. Take him to the castle, give him further appetite for your kisses, yet starve him by persistent denial. And ere a week has sped, well, I have oft heard what woman can do in my country.
To the castle?
Ay.
Sir Count, forget ye the Lord Philip?
Ah, you know not.
From the castle comes the sound of a prolonged blast of trumpets.
Why do the trumpets sound?
Guntran, decked for war, some knights who are also in armor, and a standard-bearer with a standard, enter from the road leading to the castle and cross to the town gate, where they knock violently. Jacqueline wakes, rises, and creeps away up to the castle.
Guntran, what is it?
What is't, madam? Why, naught but that Philip of Merlemont hath of a sudden lost his taste for lollipops, and is a man once more.
Sir.
Guntran knocking.
O gatekeeper, rub the sleep from thine eyes.
To the standard-bearer.
Unfurl thy standard, knave.
To Seda.
Yea, by St. Luke, we are for charging all true citizens to throw down their tools of trade and follow their new wakened lord. What, keeper?
The clank of chains is heard, and the sound of the lifting of the portcullis.
Follow? Whither?
To Maastricht, to do battle for the Prince Bishop.
To the knights.
Cry Philip, Philip of Merlemont.
Seizing the standard.
The Lion of Flanders.
Philip of Merlemont, the Lion of Flanders, Philip of Merlemont.
Guntran, the knights, and the standard-bearer pass through the town gate. Devil to Seda.
See ye now? What is to hinder thee from holding a new lover snug to thy side?
To Maastricht, Philip.
Ay, and when he returns warm with victory, 'tis thy beauty, freshened by the magic charm the weaver shall yield ye, will draw him to thee again.
The town bells ring out. Simon enters from the pathway and stands gazing at Seda.
Ah,
Seda, plucking a flower and giving it to him.
for thee, Simon. The morning dew lies upon it, and upon me.
Lady, you pardon me,
That do I.
and will count me thy slave and leman?
Nay, that cannot be, for I have perceived thou lovest me not.
dearer than I do love this earth that springs anew beneath my feet.
Why then, to love is to yield. Therefore give me up thy secret.
I cannot.
Quit my side then, and knock no more at my heart. I knew not man could be so cruel.
Joan and Lane enter through the gate, searching for Simon. Joan to Lane.
He is here.
Approaching Simon.
Husband.
Lane going to Simon.
Father.
Simon waving them from him.
Away.
I am thy wife.
I thy daughter.
Get ye gone, I say.
The trumpets sound near at hand, and Philip enters from the castle, accompanied by the rest of his knights and the lords of sorta, Villains, and Saint-Sever, and their knights. All are in war array. Seda intercepting Philip, speaking into his ear.
Philip.
Farewell.
Nay, not farewell.
I have said it, Seda. Beauty and love hath held me in soft embrace so long. No more. Farewell.
But a little while, and thou shalt kiss that word from my memory. Philip, thou dost deceive thyself.
I?
I tell thee, thou hast not wearied of beauty, wilt never weary of it. For the nonce, 'tis beauty that hath fled from thy side.
Clutching his arm.
List, when thou returnest, I will show thee such beauty in myself as will make thy innermost soul drunk with love again.
Seda.
By all thy saints, I swear it.
There are cries without of Philip and Miralma, and Guntran and his companions return. A crowd of townspeople follow, headed by Nicholas and the aldermen.
There he stands, that lord ye knew in the days of yore, stout of heart and brave and true. See, he dreams no more. Vainly now shall beauty sue, all her reign is o'er. Say ye then, doth Flanders need us? 'Tis Lord Philip that shall lead us, here as heretofore.
Hail to the Lord of our land, Philip of Mirlemont, hail!
Men of Mirlemont, no longer wrapped in heedless dreams of sense sleeps this heart, for clearer, stronger sounds the cry that calls me hence. Stayed are beauty's fond caresses, broken lies love's silken chain. Where the shock of battle presses, I would lead ye forth again. Let us on, where loud outringing war's acclaim doth rend the air. Let us hence, though death be winging every blow that waits me there. Say ye, then, that I am dreaming? Nay, Lord Philip wakes at last. Look where yonder sun is gleaming. Day is dawning, night is past.
Joan and Lane approach Philip.
My lord.
What would you?
Good my lord. My father.
I am not he. Poor cripple, stand apart.
Some who are about Philip lay hands upon Lane and Joan.
Nay, nay, in pity hear me. There is one who by the enchantment of her beauty holds my father as her slave. Ah, go not forth till thou hast set him free.
Yea, give him back to them that love him.
Look on me, my lord. Dost thou not know me?
Nay, not I, in faith. What gossip's tale is this?
Taking a purse from his pouch.
Go, get thee hence.
Throwing her the purse.
And buy thee a new crutch.
Oh, oh.
Philip to the townspeople.
On to the marketplace.
The citizens surround Philip and Lane, while Joan is swept aside in the tumult. Philip is mounted upon the shoulder of two of the townsmen.
Hail to the Lord of our land, Philip of Mirlemont, hail! Forth from the anvil and loom, up from the depths of the vale, hither thy liegemen we come, ready to answer thy call, heedless of what may befall, fearless of heart, for we know, even though death be thy foe, thou shalt not falter nor fail. Hail to the Lord of our land, Philip of Mirlemont, hail!
The citizens, bearing Philip and singing as they go, pass through the town gate, headed by Guntran and Nicholas, and followed by the lords of sorta, Villains, and Saint-Sever, and the knights and pages. As the crowd disperses, Lane is discovered lying upon the ground, trampled on and senseless. With a cry, Joan rushes to her and kneels by her side. At the same moment Seda is seen going towards the castle, beckoning Simon, who follows her with outstretched arms. Joan turns to them and raises her head to heaven in malediction. The devil looks on approvingly. The voices of the citizens are heard in the distance, growing fainter and fainter as the curtain falls. End of Act 2.